There's one where you add up to 23, but then you can't I can't remember exactly how it works. There's a couple weird equations where it's just like the numbers just all of a sudden don't add up to what is equal. My dad left. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on again. Till I run out of steam. Which I'm basically running out now of steam. I'm so out of shape.
Why do so many folks over 40 with type 2 start walking like this? If you take metformin and notice a sudden loss of strength in your muscles, especially your legs, then pay close attention.
Heavenly paths, and teach all with wise, and he shall come for judgment and persuade a disobedient people while he boasts descent praiseworthy from a heavenly sire. Billows shall he tread, sickness of mankind shall he destroy. He shall raise up the dead, and many sufferings shall he drive away. And from one scrip shall be men's fill of bread, when the house of David shall bring forth a child, and in his hand the whole world, earth, heaven, sea. And he shall flash upon the earth, as once the two begotten from each other's ribs saw human form appearing. It shall be when earth shall be glad in the hope of child. But for thee only, Sodomitic land, are evil woes laid up. For thou thyself, ill-disposed, didst not apprehend thy God who mocks at mortal schemes, but from a thorn didst crown him with a crown, and fearful gall didst mingle unto insolence and spirit. This shall bring evil woes about for thee. O the wood, O so blessed upon which God was outstretched, the earth shall not have thee, but thou shalt look upon a heavenly house, when thou, O God, shalt flash thine eye of fire.
Dark matter must be light. Or not Book light, 7. But must not interact with light because of the higher roads, dimensions. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Unhappy,
it's some
for first thee,
weird dimensional
will I mourn.
Maybe it's that
and thou shalt be
large
the first
fourth
of
dimension I'm
cities,
talking about.
and first shalt thou be destroyed, bereft of men, but of the means of life not wholly destitute. And thou shalt sail Delos, and be unstable on the water. Cyprus, a billow of thy gleaming sea, shall sometime thee destroy. Thee, Sicily, the fire that burns within thee shall consume. Nor heed God's terrible and foreign water. Noah, sole fugitive from all men came. Earth shall float, hills float, and even sky shall float. Everything shall be water, and all things shall be destroyed by waters. and the winds shall stand still, and the second age shall be. O Phrygia, first shalt thou flame from the crest of the water, and first in impiety thou shalt deny God himself, courting favor with false gods, which shall utterly destroy thee, wretched one, while many years roll round. The hapless Ethiopians under pain, suffering things lamentable, shall by swords be smitten whilst they crouch upon the ground. Rich Egypt, never caring for her corn, which Nilus by his 7 swimming streams intoxicates, shall in intestine strife destroy, and thence men unexpectedly shall drive out Apis, not the god for men. Alas, alas, Laodicea, thou, not ever seeing God, shalt lie, bold one, and over thee shall dash a wave of Lysis. He himself who is born the mighty God, who shall work many signs, shall through heaven hang an axle in the midst, and place for men a mighty terror to be seen on high, measuring a column with a mighty fire, whose drops shall slay the races of mankind that have dared evils. But a common Lord there shall at some time be, and then shall men propitiate God, but shall not make an end of fruitless sorrows. And through David's house shall all things come to pass, for God himself gave him the power and put it in his hand. Under his feet shall sleep his messengers, and some shall kindle fires, and some shall make rivers appear, and some shall rescue towns, and some shall send forth winds. But
Just other dimensions
furthermore,
of time.
a grievous life shall come upon many men,
Yeah, the words don't always matter.
entering
The
their
language
souls and changing human
exactly
hearts.
matters. The fact
But
that
when a
he
new
is
shoot
communicating.
shall, out of a root, put forth eyes, the
Like if they're
creation,
saying here.
which to all once gave abundant food, and it shall with the times be full. But when others shall rule, a tribe of warlike Persians, bride chambers straightway shall be terrible because of lawless deeds. For her own son will mother have his husband, son will be the ruin of his mother, and with sire shall daughter lie down, and shall put to sleep this foreign law. But to them afterwards shall Roman Ares flash from many a spear, and they shall mix much land with human blood. But then a chief of Italy shall flee from the force of the spear, but they shall leave upon the land a lance inscribed with gold, which as the signal and sign of their rule, the foremost fighters carry constantly. And it shall be, when evil and ill-starred Ilias shall piteously compete for all a tomb, not marriage, then shall brides weep sore, because they knew not God, but always gave by kettle drums and cymbals boisterous sound. Consult the oracle, O Colophon, for a great fearful fire hangs over thee. Ill-wedded Thessaly, the earth no more shall see thee, nor thy ashes, and alone escaping from the mainland, thou shalt swim. Thus, O thou wretched one, shalt thou of war be melancholy refuse, having fallen by swiftly flowing rivers, and by swords. And thou, O wretched Corinth, shalt receive around thyself stern Ares, hapless one, and ye shall perish one upon another. Tyre, thou unhappy, shalt be left alone, for made a widow by the feebleness of pious men, thou shalt be brought to naught. Ah, Chaos, Syria, the Phoenician men, the last hold upon whom the briny sea of Berytus disgorging is poured forth. O wretched one, thou didst not know thy God, who once in the month of Jordan washed himself, and the Spirit spread his wings in flight before him, who before the earth and starry heaven was actual word begotten by his Father, and by the Holy Spirit donning flesh he quickly flew unto his Father's house. And for him 3 towers did the mighty heaven establish, in which dwell God's noble guides, hope, piety, and reverence much desired, not having in gold or in silver joy, but in the reverential acts of men, both sacrifices and most righteous thoughts. And thou shalt sacrifice to the immortal and mighty God, August, not melting grains of frankincense and fire, nor with the sword slaying the shaggy-haired lamb, but with all who bear thy blood, take wild fowls, offer prayer, and fixing eyes on heaven send them away. And thou shalt sprinkle water on pure fire, having cried, as the Father did beget thee, the Word, Father, I sent forth a bird, swift messenger of words with holy waters, besprinkling thy baptism. O Word, which thou didst make thyself manifest in fire. Thou shalt not shut thy door when there shall come a stranger unto thee in need, and earth from her stronghold unto thee. Take hold of that man with water before you go in. shall come again. He may bestow these things on all, and furnish Asia with great wealth. And then shalt thou mourn, and that man, the recital fugitive, shall come again. He may bestow these things on all, and furnish Asia with great wealth. And then shalt thou mourn, and shalt put aside the luster of the broad-striped purple robe of thy commanders, and wear mourning dress. O haughty queen, offspring of Latin Rome, the glory of that arrogance of thine shall be for thee no longer. Nor shalt thou, ill-fated, ever be raised up again, but shalt lie prostrate. For the glory also of eagle-bearing legions shall fall low. Where then thy power? What allied land shall be subjected by thy follies lawlessly? For then in all earth shall confusion be of mortals, when the Almighty shall himself to the tribunal come to judge the souls of the living and the dead and all the world. And parents shall not be to children dear, nor children to their parents, on account of their impiety and their distress unlooked for. Thine thenceforth shall gnashing be, and scattering and conquest, and when the fall of cities comes, and yawnings of the earth. When a dragon, charged with fire in both his eyes, and with full belly shall come on the waves, and shall afflict thy children, and there be famine and war of kinsmen. Near at hand is the end of the world, and the last day, and judgment of the immortal God for them that are approved and chosen. And there shall against the Romans first of all be wrath implacable, and there come a time of drinking blood and wretched course of life. Alas, alas for thee, thou reckless land, great barbarous nation! Thou didst not perceive whence naked and unworthy thou didst come to the sun's light, that to that place again naked thou mightest withdraw, and afterwards come unto judgment, as unjustly judging, with hands gigantic coming from on high alone, through all the world thou shalt abide under the earth. By naphtha, and asphalt, and brimstone, and much fire thou utterly shalt disappear, and shalt be burning dust for ages. And each one who sees shall hear from Hades a great mournful bellowing, and gnashing of teeth, and thee noisily beating with thine own hands thy godless breast. For altogether there is equal night, for rich and poor, and naked from the earth, naked again to earth, they haste away and cease from life when they complete their time. No slave is there, nor any lend, nor tyrant, nor king, nor leader having much conceit, nor speaker learned in law, nor magistrate judging for money, nor do they pour out the blood of sacrifices and libations upon the altars. There sounds not a drum, nor cymbal, nor perforated flute that has a power to madden mind itself, nor sound of pipe that, being the likeness of a crooked snake, nor trumpet, harsh-toned messenger of wars, nor those made drunken in the lawless feasts of revelry, nor in the choral dance, nor sound of harp, nor harmful instrument, nor strife, nor anger manifold, nor sword is with the dead, but an eternity, common to all, is keeper of the key of the great prison before God's judgment seat, with images of gold and silver and stone. Ye are ready, that unto the bitter day ye may come to see your first punishment, O Rome, and gnashing of teeth. And no more shall Syrian or Greek lay down his neck beneath thy servile yoke, nor foreigner, nor other nation. Plundered thou shalt be, and made to suffer what thou didst exact, and in fear wailing thou shalt give, until thou pay back all things, and thou for the world shalt be a triumph and reproach of all. Then shall the sixth race of the Latin kings end life at last, and scepters leave behind. From the same race another king shall reign, who shall rule every land and scepters wield, and having full power, and by the decrees of God most mighty, shall his children rule, and of unshaken children is his race. For thus it is decreed while time moves round, when there shall be of Egypt thrice 5 kings. Thereafter, when the limit of the time of the phoenix shall come round, there shall a race of peoples come to plunder, tribes confused, enemy of the Hebrews. Then shall Ares go plundering Ares, and he shall himself destroy the haughty threatening of the Romans. For Rome's power perished then while in its bloom. An ancient queen with cities dwelling round, no longer shall the land of fertile Rome prevail. When out of Asia one shall come to rule with Ares, And when he has wrought all these things, to the city afterwards shall he come. And 3 times 308 and 40 shalt thou make complete, when, taking thee by force, an ill-starred fate shall come upon thee, and complete thy name. Ah me, I, the thrice wretched, shall I see sometime that day to thee destructive, Rome, but to all Latins most. It honors him with counsels who goes up on Trojan car, with hidden children from the Asian land, having a fiery soul. But when he shall cut through the